Hello and welcome to Natuna News Stream, bringing you the latest developments from Eritrea, Africa, and around the world, keeping you informed and connected to the truth. These are today's headlines. Sudan says no obstacle to Russian Red Sea base. WHO releases $2 million to support Uganda's Ebola outbreak response. Egypt's president will not attend White House talks if they involve Trump's Gaza plan. Big blow to Raila Odinga as SADC instructs member states to vote for his opponent. Religious leaders meet rebel groups in Goma. Hamas says it will continue releasing Israeli hostages under Gaza deal. At least 28 people injured after car rams into a crowd in Munich. And Trump claims Putin seeks peace in Ukraine. News in brief. Sudan has confirmed a finalized agreement with Russia to establish a naval base on its Red Sea coast, stating that there are no remaining obstacles. Foreign Minister Ali Yusuf announced that both nations had reached a complete agreement and only ratification of the deal remained. Discussions on the base began under former President Omar al-Bashir, but its status became uncertain after his removal. The deal grants Russia a 25-year lease for a naval logistics hub near Port Sudan, accommodating warships, including nuclear-powered vessels, and up to 300 personnel. The Red Sea is a vital global trade and defense route with existing naval presence from the US, China, and France. Russia's interest in the port reportedly intensified after losing a naval facility in Syria. Recent visits by Russian officials to Port Sudan highlight Moscow's efforts to maintain influence in Africa while fostering ties with both warring factions in Sudan's civil war. The World Health Organization has allocated $2 million to assist Uganda in containing its Ebola outbreak. WHO confirmed that the funds would support emergency response efforts, including surveillance, laboratories, logistics, and infection prevention measures in hospitals and treatment centers. Uganda's health ministry reported that confirmed Ebola cases have risen from 3 to 9, with 1 fatality. The remaining patients are receiving treatment in Kampala and Mbale hospitals. Uganda has launched a vaccine trial targeting the Sudan strain of the Ebola virus, which currently has no approved vaccine. WHO stated that although a vaccine exists from the Zaire strain, it is ineffective against the Sudan variant. In response to the outbreak, 265 individuals who had contact with confirmed cases have been placed under quarantine. Egyptian security sources have stated that President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi would decline any White House invitation if discussions include U.S. President Donald Trump's proposal to relocate Palestinians from Gaza. Trump's plan has drawn strong criticism from Arab nations as he suggested turning Gaza into the Riviera of the Middle East under U.S. control and pressuring Egypt and Jordan to accept displaced Palestinians. Egypt confirmed that Trump had extended an open invitation to President al-Sisi, though no date had been set. Meanwhile, Jordan's King Abdullah II also rejected Trump's plan, emphasizing the importance of preserving Palestinian territories. As tensions remain high, the fate of a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas hangs in the balance, with Israel threatening to resume military operations if hostages are not released. Raila Odinga's bid for the African Union Commission, or AUC, chairmanship has suffered a setback after the South African Development Community, or SADC, officially endorsed Madagascar's Richard J. The decision, communicated through a letter from SADC Executive Secretary Elias M. Magosi, urged all member states, including South Africa, Zambia, and Angola, to support the candidacy. SADC's endorsement followed Mauritius withdrawing its candidate from the race, consolidating regional backing behind Madagascar. During a meeting in Harare last year, SADC had committed to supporting a single nominee to enhance its chances in the AUC elections. This move significantly weakens Odinga's campaign as he now faces a united front from Southern African nations. Religious leaders held discussions with M23 rebel commanders in Goma to address escalating tensions in eastern DRC. The meeting aimed to ease the humanitarian crisis and find a path towards peace as M23 rebels solidify their control over the region. Catholic priest Doniti Nisahol, who participated in the talks, revealed that the rebels assured them they were not seeking to divide the country or exploit resources unlawfully. However, he stressed the urgency of reopening critical infrastructure, including Goma's airport and port. Residents of Goma continue to live in fear, with at least 2,000 people reported dead due to the conflict. Local community leaders expressed hope that negotiations could bring stability, but some criticized the delayed intervention, saying the situation had already worsened significantly. Hamas has reaffirmed its commitment to the ongoing ceasefire agreement with Israel, stating that hostage releases will continue as scheduled. Following negotiations in Cairo, mediators from Egypt and Qatar confirmed that they were working to resolve any remaining obstacles. There has been no immediate response from Israel, but reports suggest that both parties remain committed to implementing the deal. Israel had previously warned that the ceasefire would be revoked if Hamas failed to release hostages by the deadline. Tensions heightened when Hamas delayed a scheduled release, accusing Israel of violating the terms of the agreement. Despite the uncertainty, international mediators are making efforts to prevent further escalation of the conflict. Munich authorities have reported that a car drove into a group of people in a suspected attack, leaving at least 28 people injured, including 2 in critical condition. The local fire department confirmed that some victims were in life-threatening conditions. The suspect, identified as a 24-year-old Afghan asylum seeker, was apprehended at the scene and no longer poses any threat, according to the police. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz stated that the attacker would not receive any leniency, emphasizing that he must be punished and expelled from the country. The incident occurred around 10:30 local time during a rally linked to the transport union Verdi. United States President Donald Trump has announced a significant shift in U.S. policy towards Ukraine, revealing that he and Russian President Vladimir Putin had a phone conversation and agreed to begin peace negotiations. This move follows U.S. Defense Secretary's statement that Ukraine's NATO membership ambitions were unrealistic. Trump disclosed that he had spoken with Putin for over an hour, expressing confidence that the war could soon come to an end. He also mentioned speaking with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, but remained unclear on whether Ukraine will be an equal participant in U.S.-led negotiations with Russia. According to Trump, both Putin and Zelensky desire peace, and he is committed to working towards that goal. Recalling his conversation with Putin, Trump emphasized that the Russian leader had expressed a willingness to end the conflict. Well, that concludes today's edition of National News Stream. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.